Hey, what's up, guys? It's a Sports Blitz here, and we're back with another NFL mock draft. So the pre-Week 16 NFL mock draft order draft order rather, is set. So we're gonna be doing another mock draft here. Today's is going to be wild. I've got a pretty solid plan on some trades I want to do here, so make sure to stick around for that. Make sure to smash a like button, subscribe, and let's jump into it. So we're going to be kicking it off with a completely epic trade here, okay? The Jacksonville Jaguars with the number 1 pick, they're saying, nah, we got to completely rebuild this team, screw the number 1 pick. It's not like there's, an awesome quarterback here that we'd want. Obviously, they have Trevor Lawrence. So, they're like, we're still rebuilding our team. Let's go ahead and trade back. And you know what? With the top 2 prospects being edge rushers, and it being actually one of Atlanta's biggest needs, we are going to trade back with the Atlanta Falcons, okay, at pick number 9. So the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to offer their number 1 pick, obviously. The Atlanta Falcons will offer their first pick, their second, a 2022 first, and a 2022 third, okay? Now, I know for Falcons fans that seems extremely steep, but it's the number 1 pick. It's very valuable, and you know what? Getting a guy like this on your team is going to be completely worth it. We're going to send the offer. Okay, Falcons accepted the offer, and they have the number 1 pick, and they're going to select Aiden Hutchinson. Guys, Atlanta's pass rush has been really bad. Grady Jarrett has really been the only consistent source of pass rush. Aiden Hutchinson completely fixes that a ton. Great trade up for Atlanta. Jacksonville really gets, a lot of benefit out of that for rebuilding their team. I think it'd be a great trade. Number 2, we have the Detroit Lions. Now, this is honestly also another team I really want to trade back with. I feel like it'd be a little bit more difficult because they have the number 2 pick. It's not quite as valuable as the number 1 pick. But a team who wants Kayvon Thibodeau would still probably be willing to give quite a bit away. I think I'm going to go ahead and just stick with the Detroit Lions here and have them take Kayvon. I think this is definitely a position that they could trade back. Detroit, they've still got a lot of holes. They could still, trade back and rebuild their team more. But it's really hard to pass on a guy like Kayvon, so they're going to go ahead and take him. Then for the Texans here, they really need to fix their offensive line. They need to fix their defense. There's been rumors that David Coley might not make it another year there. We'll see what happens. I feel like actually Davis Mills has actually had a pretty solid going so far. So we're not going to look for quarterback right here. Instead, we're going to have them actually take Evan Neal. Evan Neal is actually more of a right tackle than a left tackle, though he can play both sides. So having him opposite of Laramie Tunsil really, really helps add a lot of protection to whoever's back there. So I think that'd be a great decision for the Texans to get. Then with the Jets, I'm going to go ahead and actually have them take Kyle Hamilton right here. I really think it'd be beneficial for them to get Kyle Hamilton and Derek Stingley. And I think there is an extremely high chance that they can. Even though their next pick isn't till number 8, corner just isn't a huge need for the Giants and Panthers. So I think there's a good chance that they could get Derek Stingley. So, with the Giants back-to-back picks right here, We're going to start off by taking Akeem Ekwonu. I'm a huge fan of this guy. For those of you who've been watching the channel for the last little bit, know I'm extremely high on him. he can genuinely be, honestly, if you slide him at left guard, he can be like a Quentin Nilsson level guard. He is so dominant at the guard position. And left tackle, he's amazing there as well. Like, he can be a franchise left tackle. The dude's just a freak athlete. Sorry. I mean, he can play basically anywhere on the line. If we're being honest, his run blocking is insane. He's insanely powerful. I think it'd be a good decision for them. Then for the Giants, this is honestly a really hard one for me because, I mean, I have really been mocking George Karlaftis to them quite a bit. I feel like at this point it's kind of just too easy. Part of me kind of wants to double up on the interior offensive line. And you know what? Where they don't have a great interior, and this is the year to really fix their offensive line, I'm going to be kind of bold here. I don't know how bold it is. I'm going to have them take Tyler Linderbaum from Iowa. I've talked about him before. The dude is a monster. I've never seen him get blown into the quarterback. So his pass blocking is really good. But his run blocking is just immaculate. Like, the dude runs people over. And the thing is, he'll probably gain another 10, 15 pounds when he gets into the NFL. So he'll be even more powerful. So, I mean, where you already have Andrew Thomas, and then you add both Akeem Ekwonu and Tyler Linderbaum, that's going to be a much more solid offensive line. Like, that's an offensive line that is built for success. So, then for the Carolina Panthers, they're kind of panicking here because both Evan Neal and Akeem Ekwonu and Tyler Linderbaum, actually, are all off the board. So, they're here like, well, what the hell do we do? Do we trade back a little bit? Do we take quarterback? What do we do? I feel like a lot of people here would probably just be like, you should probably just take a quarterback. I mean, I'm a big fan, honestly, of Malik Willis. I'd say he's probably my quarterback one in this class. I'm a big fan of Kenny Pickett as well, though his hand size is a little worrisome. I mean, Joe Burrow currently has the smallest hands in the NFL at 9 inches, but Kenny Pickett, his hands are only 8.25 inch. And Joe Burrow even has a few fumble issues. He's had, I believe, 5 or 6 fumbles so far this year. So who knows? Maybe fumbling might not be an issue for Kenny Pickett. We'll see. But it's a genuine concern. So I think what we're going to do instead of that is we're actually going to have the Carolina Panthers trade back a little bit. Especially where they don't have any capital in the second or third rounds. I feel like this is definitely a position that they could trade back. So let's think about a team that really needs to trade up. Here, let me look at the board real quick. Let me see who's available. Ooh. I have an idea. Here. So we're going to have the Raiders trade up for Derek Stingley to jump the Jets. Raiders fans may love this or may hate this. I don't know. But they're going to offer their first round pick, their second round pick, and then a fifth. But then the Panthers will also toss in their sixth for this year. So go ahead and try to send that through. Raiders accepted the offer. And the Raiders are on the clock at number 7, and they take Derek Stingley out of LSU. They've had some real secondary issues this year, but Derek Stingley instantly comes in and really helps. Casey Hayward has been very, very dominant this year. I don't want to get that twisted. Casey Hayward has been one of the best corners in the NFL. Okay, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He's been amazing. But if you can double up with Derek Stingley and just make that secondary so much better, I mean, I feel like especially, I mean, Damon Arnett wasn't great for them, let's be honest, but especially once he went down, I feel like there were some even bigger secondary issues. I mean, you trade for Derek Stingley, and then with Casey Hayward, and then let Trayvon Moehrig develop a little bit. That secondary is going to be really good soon. So I think that's a really good decision for the Raiders. Then the Jets here are at number 8. They were really planning on getting him. Instead, now there's a couple things we could do here. Okay. So they got Kyle Hamilton earlier, and I'd love that pick. I feel like that defense has really needed a lot of help. For one of Robert Saleh's defenses, I know he's not satisfied with how it's been. I think we're going to honestly look to give Zach Wilson some help, though. Okay, I know this is going to be a very bold pick. We're going to try giving them Jameson Williams out of Alabama, the absolute speedster. With him and Elijah Moore plus Corey Davis, there's no excuse for not having weapons. Plus Michael Carter, that offensive line is getting better and better. Really build the defense in free agency. That team could start looking pretty dangerous soon. So I think Jameson Williams really, really helps that offense a lot. Then we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at number 9 after trading back. And there's a couple guys they could honestly get here. So, trade back down 8 spots. They could get George Karlaftis. Would honestly be a really solid pick. They could go Andrew Booth. They really need some secondary help. Really, they could go about anywhere. They need so much help. I think we're going to have them take George Karlaftis. I mean, really, initially, it was about set that they'd take Aiden Hutchinson anyways. If you can trade back and get that much extra draft capital and still get the number 3 edge rusher in this class, I'd say that's a complete win for Jacksonville. Then at number 10, Washington's quarterback issues are starting to look more and more, or I guess they're just showing more and more lately. So I feel like they're really going to be looking to fix that. It's kind of hard to tell what kind of quarterback Ron Rivera would really want there. I'm kind of hesitant on having them take Kenny Pickett because I'm just not sure if he fits their system super well. I feel like Matt Corral is a better fit, but I'm starting to get a lot higher on Kenny Pickett. Like, really, other than the hand size that worries me, he looks really good. I'm going to go ahead and have Washington take Kenny Pickett here. I feel like that's going to be a good option for them for the future. Then the Eagles have back-to-back picks. I'm going to go ahead first. I'm going to have them take Andrew Booth, okay? I know a lot of Eagles fans have told me, oh no, Booth is a bad pick. Eagles don't really need a corner. Guys, Darius Slay, yeah, he's been absolutely locked down this year, one of the best corners in the NFL. But you pair him up with Andrew Booth, who really isn't that far off from Derek Stingley, to be honest. And you have one of the best cornerback tandems in the NFL. I feel like Booth can instantly come in and just absolutely dominate. Okay, then for their next pick, there's a few different directions we could go here. So At edge, Brandon Graham is getting a little bit older. He's 33, actually, so we're not sure how much he has left in the tank. They could go offensive line here. I mean, Charles Cross is available. They could go Kenyon Green. They could do a number of things. Last time, I want to say I had them take DeMarvin Leal. I'm actually higher on Jordan Davis from Georgia. I feel like he's a much better run stopper, and quite frankly, I feel like Philadelphia prefers to have, really big, good run stopping D tackles in the middle and, fast edge rushers off, the edge. So I feel like Jordan Davis is going to be a really good guy to put in there to, help Fletcher Cox. Though, thinking about it more, they've also got Javon Hargrave. He's had a really, really good year. Maybe that's not quite the best pick. Shoot. Now I'm questioning myself. Let me see. Alright, so I think we're going to go ahead and go with David Ajabo from Michigan. Like I was saying, they like to have speedier edge rushers off the edge. David Ajabo is a speedier type of edge rusher. Brandon Graham is, like I said, he's 33. We're not sure how much he has left in the tank. Ajabo really he's like neck and neck there with George Karlaftis for me. I feel like he could really make a big impact for the Eagles there. Then Denver, it's been pretty evident they have quarterback issues, and I feel like they are about a quarterback away from really, really competing. Knowing John Elway's preference for quarterback, I feel like they'd be most likely to get either Matt Corral, Sam Howell, or even Carson Strong, which I'm kind of surprised they had Carson Strong jump Malik Willis. I've been watching a lot of Carson Strong's film lately. I know this sounds weird, but his mechanics are a lot like Tom Brady's. I feel like he has really good reads. A lot of the throws he's making are NFL type of throws. He's going through his progressions really well. I could see Carson Strong being the Mac Jones of this year's draft. And honestly, I could see the Broncos going for it. I know some Broncos fans are going to hate the pick. I'm going to have them take Carson Strong. I think the dude, really, I feel like the Broncos' offensive line is good enough they'll be able to protect him because he's not a real mobile quarterback. But you give him time in the pocket and he can dice up defenses. And I feel like he's a good fit for the Broncos. Then for the Saints, I'm actually going to have them take... I'm not going to have them take Chris Olave this time. I'm thinking between Garrett Wilson and Treylon Burks. Burks is a little bit bigger of a wide receiver, and I feel like they'll want that if Michael Thomas is gone after this year. I have no idea what the plan is there. I know this last offseason there were rumors that he wanted to be traded. That didn't end up happening. I don't know if he fixed things with management, but either way, whether he's there or not, Treylon Burks is going to be a big impact on that offense. So we're going to have them take Treylon Burks. Then for the Browns, honestly, I'll be completely honest here. They need quarterback and wide receiver. Baker Mayfield has not played even remotely well this year, like even a little bit. But even despite that, even with Odell Beckham Jr. gone, Jarvis Landry really hasn't played super well in his absence, so they really haven't had a number one wide receiver. I'm going to have them take Garrett Wilson. I feel like he can be that guy. Though, like I said, they could also use quarterback, and Matt Corral is definitely a guy they could take. So then here we have the Carolina Panthers at number 16, and there's now a few options the Panthers could go with. So there's two guys right here staring at me right now, Charles Cross and Kenyon Green. I mean, the Panthers' offensive line is the worst in the NFL, and it's not close. Everyone with the exception of Taylor Moton is absolutely dog water there. And even Taylor Moton hasn't had a great year either, to be honest. So really, no matter what quarterback you put back there, they're going to struggle. There's a few things they could go. I do like Matt Corral. I have also really liked the idea of Malik Willis going to the Panthers. His time in Liberty, he didn't really have a great offensive line anyways. They were really bad, allowed a lot of pressure. I feel like he could succeed in Carolina's system. I could honestly see Carolina really trying to fix the offensive line in free agency, though. So, who knows? It might not even be quite as big of a need come draft time. But for right now, I think they need offensive line too bad, and I think they'll go ahead and take Charles Cross from Mississippi State. Then we have the Steelers here. They've been rumored to be really interested in Kenny Pickett. Unfortunately, he's not on the board anymore. My main two guys right here that I think would be a good fit are Matt Corral and Kenyon Green. So it's a matter of, do you want to help the offensive line, or do you want to replace Big Ben? I feel like it'd be easier to fix the offensive line in free agency and go ahead and take Matt Corral right here. I feel like with Mike Tomlin's coaching, I feel like he'd be really good at developing Matt Corral into a really good NFL quarterback. I feel like that's a good system for him. I really do. Here we have the Ravens at number 18. Wow, they fell a lot after this last week. Holy crap. They are at 18. We're going to go ahead and actually give them Jordan Davis, the big boy out of Georgia. Really helped stop the run right there. Then we have the Vikings, who actually rose quite a bit after their win over the Bears. They could go a number of ways as well. They could go with cornerback, which I'm not super high on Roger McCreary. I mean, I'd have him as my corner, I believe corner number 5, I believe it is. But I'd honestly take Kyrie Elam or Ahmad Gardner above him. I don't think either of these guys would be a bad pick right now, but they do definitely need a little bit of D-line help as well. So I'm going to go ahead and have them take DeMarvin Leal. I feel like this ranking for him is a little bit high. He'll be good in the NFL, but I feel like 7's a little bit too steep for his ranking. But getting him at 19 would still be really good for the Vikings. Then we have at number 20 the Buffalo Bills. Their offensive line really didn't look too great against the Panthers. I know they didn't get quite as many sacks as they wanted, but the Panthers did get a lot of pressure on Josh Allen, and I feel like offensive line is really kind of the biggest need for them, so we're going to have them take Kenyon Green. Then for the Dolphins, they also, they need wide receiver. They could also go offensive tackle with Nick Petit-Frere. I'm a big fan of him. I think we're going to go ahead and have them take... Garrett Wilson's off the board. I do like Chris Olave, so I think we'll go ahead and have them take him. I mean, Will Fuller just hasn't worked out for him. He's had too many injuries. I could honestly see him being out of the NFL after this year. But But I mean, pair Chris Olave up with Jalen Waddle. That's going to be a scary receiver duo. Then the Chargers. I feel like this would be... I don't know. There is a number of ways the Chargers could go. They could trade back. I feel like they will be in need of a wide receiver because I'm not sure Mike Williams will renew his contract, we should say, with the Chargers. I feel like he's going to be too expensive, but I could also see them going after a star receiver like Devontae Adams if he chooses not to stay in Green Bay. So there's a few things we could look at here. I'm going to be extremely bold here, okay? A lot of people probably won't like this pick, okay? Jordan Battle is my number 2 safety in this class behind, well, obviously, Kyle Hamilton. I'm going to have them take Jordan Battle, okay? Get some help on the opposite side from Derwin James, and that secondary looks really good. I feel like they've allowed too much through the pass this year, and I feel like that's been because of the opposite safety spot, so Jordan Battle will be an excellent pick for them. This pick, I've been waiting to give the Eagles this pick again. I love Devin Lloyd to the Eagles. I love this idea so much. I wanted to take Devin Lloyd with the Eagles' earlier pick. I really don't think it'd be reaching too much. I really don't. I love this guy. He can cover. He can stop the run. He can rush the passer. He's just an absolute beast. It's exactly what the Eagles need for that defense. Again, you add. I believe they got David Ajabo earlier. Yeah, and Andrew Booth, as well as Devin Lloyd. Gosh, I love that defense. That defense is going to be amazing with this. So, yeah, this would honestly be one of my favorite picks of the draft. I will hype him up to the Eagles. But then for the Lions at number 24, they could definitely use wide receiver. They could use quarterback. Other than like Malik Willis, I don't really see another quarterback here that's really worth it. I'm not super high on Sam Howell or Desmond Ridder. I feel like both of them are honestly, earlier second rounders. Malik Willis is really my only other first round quarterback in this class. But I don't see him as a great fit for the Lions. So I think we're going to pass on quarterback right now. The offensive line is really good, actually, so we don't need to look there. We could use some more weapons for Jared Goff. We could go safety. We could take Nakobe Dean. That could definitely be a good pick in the middle of that defense. I think what we're going to do, we're going to have them take Kyrie Lam. They definitely need some cornerback help. I'm a huge fan of Kyrie Lam and Ahmad Gardner. I think they're both absolutely excellent corners. I'm a little higher on Lam though. I feel like he'd fit that Dan Campbell, tough as nails type of defense. So then we have the Bengals. They definitely need some offensive line help. I'm going to go ahead and have them take Nicholas Petit-Frere. I think he's the best offensive tackle on the board. I've watched a lot more of his tape lately, and he's good. He could definitely work more on his footwork, but he's good. I feel like he'd really be good at protecting Joe Burrow back there. Then for the Titans, they need a linebacker, a tight end. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of taking tight ends in the first round. I wasn't super, super high on taking TJ Hawkinson or Kyle Pitts in the first round. I know they've worked out so far, but it's just not a very high value pick, if you ask me. Plus, I don't really see a tight end here that would be worth taking. So I think instead they should take Nakobe Dean from Georgia. He, I feel like, is a lot like Devin Lloyd. Maybe not quite as much of a playmaker, but he will, he will really help that defense. Then for the Cardinals, I agree 100%. They really need cornerback help. And Ahmad Gardner is still on the board here. We're going to have them take Ahmad Gardner from Cincinnati. Then the Buccaneers, I would honestly say their biggest need is corner. I feel like their secondary is definitely the weakest part of their team. So we're going to have them take Roger McCreary. Then for the Patriots here, we're going to go ahead and get a new shiny weapon for Mac Jones, and we're going to have them take Jahan Dotson from Penn State. Then for the Cowboys, we're going to give them... I'm a big fan of Trayvon Walker. I was debating on if they would need an edge or a safety more. I would say probably edge. I don't think DeMarcus Lawrence has been quite as productive lately as you'd like. They don't really have much of an edge rusher on the other side either. Micah Parsons has been amazing at rushing the passer. He's been at middle linebacker. Like he's been all over the field. Like he's kind of that defensive Swiss Army knife. I feel like Trayvon Walker would be a completely solid edge on the other side, and I feel like edge is a bigger need for the Cowboys. So we're going to take Trayvon Walker. All right, then for the Kansas City Chiefs, I fully agree they need wide receiver help. I mean, it's really just the Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce show back there. I don't feel like they really have any other great playmakers. I'm going to go ahead and give them Drake London from USC. Then for the Green Bay Packers, need edge and offensive tackle. I do like Trevor Penning. Out of these guys on the board left, I think Trevor Penning would be the best pick for them. I really do. So, there it is. There's the mock draft. Hope I didn't get too crazy with the trades. I mean, let's be real. I'm not sure how realistic it is that the Falcons trade up to the number one pick. But either way, it's fun to talk about. All these mock drafts are for fun. So let me know your opinions in the comment section below. Let's have fun with it. Let me know any other trade ideas you guys may have. Let me know who you want your team to draft. Again, guys, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe. We're getting really close to 800 subscribers. If we could get there before the start of 2022, that'd be absolutely awesome. So, again, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Later.